exploring lakes, rivers, and reservoirs across the country with an unyielding goal to enlighten viewers from a fisheye perspective. Come along and we'll investigate the habitat. Much more than a fishing show, this is an eye-opening aquatic experience. Welcome to Kim Stricker's Hook and Look. Sight, sound, shadow, clarity. Each specific factors whereby fish sense an angler's presence. Kim and Danny Stricker assume a fisheye perspective of exposed pre-spawn smallmouths in an effort to better comprehend the fish's behavior. And their subsurface endeavor pays off handsomely.
That's what I'm talking about.
Conveniently located off I-75, 25 miles south of the Mackinac Bridge, the fisherman-friendly community of Indian River is in the center of all that makes northern Michigan a treasured destination. Named after the river that flows through it, Indian River is at the axis of Michigan's longest inland waterway, a series of rivers and lakes, forming a navigable route for small craft between Lake Huron and Lake Michigan. It's within this recreational thoroughfare where two of the nation's more recently acclaimed smallmouth bass fisheries exists, Burt and Mullet Lakes. And it's here where Kim and Danny Stricker have chosen to initiate another season with a strong-minded objective: to hook and look.
Just what a beautiful, beautiful morning. Gentle winds out of the east. Supposed to get up to about 70 degrees today. These smallmouth ought to be chomping. There's one. There's one right there on that edge. It's a good one. Look at this thing. Look at this thing. And I didn't even get my net out yet. Look at this. Look at this thing. Oh, the big old pig. That's what I'm talking about. Pre-spawn smallmouth. That is the best time of the year. Look how thick that fish is. You got, look at every single one of these sharp hooks on this jerk bait. You got every one of them. Oh man, I can tell I can get some pliers right here. Look at that. Man. Every single one of them. There we go. Uh-huh. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Northern Michigan. Well, it's a good start, that's for darn sure. Good start. Didn't take us long to figure it out. This KVD jerkbait is so ideal for this time of year because it suspends so nicely. That's one of the key deals, is you gotta have a jerkbait that suspends. I'm basically throwing it up in about 8 foot of water and working it towards the edge. I'm sitting in 18 foot right now. And I work it down and then I pause and let it suspend. The jerking attracts the fish, but in the colder water, they like it to sit there for just a little bit and then think you'll feel them grab it.
If you like what you see on today's program, be sure to like us on Facebook as well. We'll be right back. Hook and Look is brought to you by Strike King Lure Company, #1 in fishing lures. Seagar, trust Seagar when everything else is on the line. Power Pole, swift, silent, secure. Aquaview, reinventing underwater cameras. Deep Blue Coffee, dive in. And by Boat US, providing water towing and insurance programs to boaters.
Let's get this out. I got a feeling I'm gonna need it. There's a fish, there's a fish. Oh, he just come off. Ooh, there he is. I got him. The big one too. He's come falling all the way. Look at the size of this damn. Oh man, that's a good fish. Oh, look at this. Ooh, I love it. Oh, this is a wallow. Look at this. Man, when you get bit, it is a dandy. Look at that. God, they're solid fish. Just solid. Big old smallmouth. Burt Lake Special. I need my pliers. Grab them over here. Man. Look at that. Ate my jerk bait. Again, that's sexy ghost minnow. Sexy ghost minnow. But look at thick, fat, chunky smallmouth, man. That's northern Michigan. I mean, that's what we've got. Some of the best smallmouth fishing in the world right here. Fantastic. Look at the shoulders on. Look how thick, fat, pre-spawn. Pretty fish. Huh? I mean, look at that. All right. Thank you so much, fish. Big hugs and kisses. Oh, gosh. It's so cool in clear water to see those fish come up and eat that jerkbait. That's what's one of the beauties of having the clear water. But clear water presents some challenges, and one of the things when you're throwing a jerkbait, try to make the longest cast that you can make.
A big part of achieving that goal is line choice. I start by first spooling my spinning reels with Seagar Smackdown braided line. Smackdown braid is woven into a perfectly round profile, which enables smooth casting and maximum distance. Next, I take into consideration that braided line tends to float. So in an effort to allow my jerkbait to reach its greatest depth, I connect a 15-foot leader of Tatsu fluorocarbon. Combine these elements with a 6.5-foot medium action graphite spinning rod, and you have the perfect jerkbait presenting system.
Oh, we got him. It's another good one. Yes, the fish let me know. The fish let me know that the spot's good. That's a good 3-pounder anyway. Yeah, come on over here. There you go. Nice solid fish. Got you in the hard spot there. Yeah. Nice. Healthy chunk of bass. This is a great place. Both Burt and Mullet, the whole Indian River area here with the inland waterway that connects the two of them. What a great place to vacation and have a lot of fun with these kind of fish. Absolutely. Thank you, fish. Go on back.
Stay with us. Hook and Look will return right after this.
kind of looks like rock. Let me turn this on. The AquaView, the trolling motor camera. It's hard for me with this little chop to see, but it looks like it's rock, little edgy rock. Yep, look at that. Boy, they ought to be here. See that little bit of rock? That's one of the advantages of having that trolling motor camera. You know, when there's a chop on the water, you can't quite see exactly what's there. With that, it's simple. I mean, you need clearer water to use it, but you know, some guys are using that flogger, that cone that sticks in. The AquaView trolling motor camera does the exact same thing, and all you gotta do is point your trolling motor at what you're looking at. You don't have to lean over a boat and stick your head in a cone. Neat little deal, but you need the clear water to use it.
As the day progressed and the sun rose higher, Kim began to spot larger females meandering further up on the flat. But it appeared these fish had an indecisive attitude.
Ooh, get it, get it, get it, get it. Oh, look, giant. Oh, giant, giant. That's a 6-pounder. Oh, man, they are all over, Danny. Look at that one. Oh, and he wanted it, too. Oh, he was coming at it big time.
For some reason, many of these shallow wanderers would merely follow the lure. A few offered a half-hearted nip. But to Kim's dismay, they didn't quite get enough of the
definitely
hooks.
Fish on this point. Oh, he just come off, Danny. Poo. The fish are here. You're making me mad, fish. That boulder looks like almost like somebody could hit it going across this. Anybody sitting next to that? Yep, and a big one. Ooh, oh, he just come off. Oh, it was a big one. Another big one. I can't believe it. Oh, that was another giant. He was sitting on that boulder. I wonder if he's around a nest or something, or just sitting there. The ones up there shallow, those ones, they act like they're bedding, like they're getting ready to bed, and they're not, they're just funky. I think the ones further out on the break are still staging, trying to make sense of this. So what do you think? Was it that the fish were just getting too good a look at the jerkbait? Let's jump in the water in search of more definitive answers. Just as I first thought, we soon confirmed that the fish moving up on the flats were indeed in a funky pre-spawn stage. We actually observed belligerent males combating with others over a female's favor. Watch again. This is a common behavior that occurs within a few days of the actual spawn and apparently sidetracks the smallmouth's attention elsewhere and less on striking a lure full-heartedly. During this pairing up period, it requires that you trigger the fish into striking with a faster, more erratic cadence and not let it sit too long. Throughout the few-week period before they essentially lock on the beds, smallmouth's preferences vary, and you need to adjust your speed and cadence accordingly, based on water temperature. In early spring, when the water temperature reaches the mid-40s, smallmouth bass slowly migrate from the deep and suspend along the first major break line near the spawning flats. It's at this time the big pre-spawn females will feed, but not aggressively chase. So it requires that you work your jerkbait with a slower cadence, which first gets their attention, but most importantly it's imperative that you allow the bait to suspend motionless for several seconds to slowly allure the fish into taking the bait. Conversely, as it is in our case today, when the water warms in the mid-50s and the fish begin moving up on the flats, you need to present a fast, erratic stop-and-go retrieve to trigger a reaction strike. There's one, good one. Oh, man. Right when I stopped it. Ooh, I love doing this. Man, I'm telling you. Ooh, I'm telling you how either they commit or they don't.
Stick around. Some more underwater insight is coming right up. This portion of Hook and Look is brought to you by Ranger Boats, still building legends one at a time. Evinrude, introducing the all-new Evinrude E-Tech G2. Cushit, world's most comfortable rod butt. Simms Fishing Products, the choice of professional guides and anglers worldwide. And by Sportfish Michigan, your source for the top charter captains and guides. Welcome back to Indian River and the sparkling clarity of Burt and Mullet Lakes. Kim continues to discuss the challenges clear water presents.
You know, that's one of the things when you're fishing clear water is that the fish are spooky. We get asked these questions often. Does the trolling motor sound spook the fish? Does the sonar transducer, does that ping, that tick, does that scare the fish? First of all, let me say that different fish species have different personalities and therefore react differently to various stimuli. But as you can see here, I'm making every effort to startle this smallmouth with the sound of my trolling motor, turning it on and off at high speed, with little, if any, success. However, it's my visual presence that's causing the fish to steadily move away. Let me ask you this. Why do we cast lures that create a good deal of sound and vibration? Because sound gets the fish's attention and stimulates them to look towards it. Any repetitious sound will get a fish's attention, regardless as to what's creating it. And once the fish gets a visual fix and it looks like something he could eat, he strikes it. On the contrary, if it looks like something that could eat him, he darts away. And this is a behavior we've documented underwater on several occasions. The fish's immediate reaction to sight and shadow. For the benefit of you viewers, Danny entered the clear water to capture our human visual interpretation as to what distance and how well the fish might distinguish a fisherman in the boat. From two angles, looking into the sun and with the sun to the fish's back. At a depth of 7 feet, Danny slowly approaches the boat, first looking towards the sun, and is having difficulty distinguishing anything until about 12 feet away.
Got to be you coming in, but I don't see any colors. I just see, yep, it's just a big dark shadow. The fish can't discern anything like that. I don't see any colors. You got the sun going off the sides of it, but I do see, you see the whole boat, but it's black, one big black blob.
Next, we repeat the process, this time with the sun at Danny's back. From this direction, he's able to get a clear visual fix on me from a much greater distance.
I can see you right there, and I can tell you got a red shirt on. I see you slowly approach it in. I can make out the trolling motor, and I can clearly see your blue jeans. I can see you clear as day. I see everything on the boat. All the colors of the logo, the Strike King on the side. Yeah, coming from this direction, you can see movement and everything else. Whereas looking towards the sun, I can't see anything but a giant shadow. The fish right in front of me, he's looking at my camera. Here comes the boat shadow. And right now he's kind of out in front of it, and he's moving away from it.
So not only is it best to approach the fish with the sun to your back because of less glare on the water, but it appears, well, at least with our human eyes, that the fish would have difficulty distinguishing our presence at a closer range while gazing towards the sun. And based on our experience and underwater observations, I can assure you we should be more aware of our visual presence and less concerned about the sounds we emit from our trolling motor. Yeah, oh, got it. Big fish, big fish, big fish. Look at this in the water. Oh, what a giant. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at the size of that smallmouth. Oh, get over here. Get over here, baby. Oh, that's the kind of fish we're looking for. Oh, man. Look at how fat that thing is. But look at that nice fatty. Finally, got a nice big, thick one. That's a dandy fish. Finally starting to figure it out. And you know, diving, getting in the water, obviously that helps too. And finally learned what these fish are doing. And they're a little funky. They're a little odd. They've come up, but they're not real aggressive. They're not really moving along fast. They didn't spook underwater. You know, they were very curious. You know, they acted like they've been in cold water. I sincerely want to thank Indian River Visitors Bureau for their hospitality, and I strongly recommend you plan a trip here in the future. And if you're looking for a fishing guide on Burton Mullet, don't hesitate to contact Sportfish Michigan. I hope you enjoyed our Bass Eye Perspective today, and be sure to tune in next week for another episode of Hook and Look.
Hook and Look is a Kim Stricker production.